If we look at any turning action, step, or figure as a change of direction, the difference between traveling mechanics and turning mechanics becomes much easier to understand. This understanding helps us avoid one of the most common mistakes, starting the turn from the foot instead of the hip. This habit creates unnecessary stress on the ankle and knee joints. Before we begin, I would like to clarify that this lesson focuses on traveling turns that continue moving through space. Figures without significant travel, such as a spot turn, alemana, or spiral turn, use different turning mechanics. To keep the terminology simple, thus this lesson I will refer to any turning action as a change of direction. Unlike traveling movement, a change of direction is controlled primarily by the standing hip. Please pay attention to two important points. First, a change of direction always happens on the standing leg. It never takes place between the feet during weight transfer. Second, the two shoulders and the three-leg hip don't actively create the turn. They simply follow the action of the standing hip. Because of the structure of the human body, the standing hip rotates either inward or outward while moving parallel to the floor, creating a horizontal semicircle. When the standing hip rotates inward, the body weight naturally moves from the heel towards the ball of the foot, helping initiate the next weight transfer. When the standing hip rotates outward, the body weight moves from the ball of the foot towards the heel. In any turn, it is important not only to create the turn correctly, but also to avoid over-rotating the body or hips. This problem is especially common in pivoting actions and even in a basic natural turn. For this reason, monitor two important things. First, make sure the turn is initiated by the standing hip faster than the torso or the free leg. Remember, the shoulders and the three-leg hip simply follow the standing hip. Second, make sure the standing hip stays directly above the standing foot thus the turn and never moves outside its base of support. Next, Alex and I will demonstrate these principles using several basic figures. Let's begin with open right turn in waltz. We will focus on the second step after arriving on the left foot. This is where the change of direction takes place. Notice that the lady arrives on the foot, establishes her vertical alignment, and only then rotates the standing hip inward. The position of the torso and the free leg remains unchanged. This action helps prevent falling into the partner space and avoids over-rotation with the partnership. Our next example is the lady's underarm turn danced over 3 steps. In that figure, a change of direction happens on every step. As a result, the turning action in the standing hip happens each time after the body weight arrives on the standing leg. Again, we follow the same 2 rules. The change of direction happens only on the standing leg, and the shoulders and 3-leg hip always follow the standing hip. Our final example is a prominent position from tango. For clarity, we are using a close position so that the relationship between the torso, shoulders, and standing hip rotation is easy to see. However, the same mechanics apply when dancing with proximity or even when dancing solo. Notice that both partners rotate the standing hip inward to create the position. The standing foot naturally follows that action. At the same time, the torso and 3-leg remain unchanged. You may also notice that lady's head position changes from the left to right. This does not happen simply because we know the rule of head position in promenade. There is a specific technical and physiology reason behind it. We will discuss the principles of creating natural shapes and head position changes in American Smooth in our next video. But for now, I would like to remind you that head is part of the spine.